Right, so I've boarded ceiling up there and around the Velux. I've got all this big ceiling boarded. Ceiling in there and that wall, and I've got another ceiling wall done in there. Just got one more ceiling to do up there. I've foamed up all my edges, and I've done that, as I said in a previous video, for the air test. You need to be sealing right from day one when you've got an air test, because if your air test fails when you've finished the building at the end, you're going around patching up and trying to find where air's leaking and doing damage and everything else. So it does pay dividends to be sealing right from day one. If you think, oh well, the room's going to be plastered, it's going to be airtight anyway, that's not necessarily the case. Because what they do, they put positive, when it fails, they'll put positive pressure in the building with the fan, and then they have smoke pencils, and you go around and it's like a pencil with a little plastic balloon on the end, and it's got crystals in. So they put positive pressure in, you press the squeegee and smoke comes out the end, and you can see smoke drift along, then all of a sudden it'll just go straight through the wall, or where there's a hole. It can be a pinprick, but if you get lots of pinpricks, it can make your building fail. So really do need to be sealing up. I've sealed at the top where my boards meet, and I had a board short there. I could have made it good with skimming and scrim, but I also think there's less chance of it cracking, you know, if there's something solid behind it. So that's why I like to do them. People don't, and you don't have to, but I just like to. So I've only got one light out, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to start boarding these walls. Means me getting bloody insulation out, which not of a good. What I did, if you remember, we had the foil tape on the plastic pipes for picking up the pipes with a scanner. I've taken all the foil off, so I'm going to start putting the foil on the back of the boards where the pipes are, and I just need to move this socket down here. But what this one is going to be, because you put a plug in there and you have a cable coming down, you know, it always looks untidy, doesn't it? Cables over other plugs and things like that. So I'm going to put this one down, and it's going to be mounted on the worktop, so it's going to have one of them angled back boxes, so it'll look smart and tidy. This will look smart and tidy. So I'm going to unscrew that and get the cables out, make it look pretty. So I've cut out where cables need to be, but I now want to turn the board round because I want to put the tape on the back of the board where all the pipe goes. So it sounds like it's hard work, but it's not. I'm just making it easier. So every time you move these boards around, it's hard work. It's not hard work, but you know what I mean. I feel like I'm digging an hole for myself here. So you're lugging them around and you risk damage and things like that. And I have a board lifter, which it's an old one, but it goes underneath the board from the bottom, so you've got to lift the board on, sit it on the board lifter, and then you can lift the board up. But it's not always easy. It is easy, but it's God, fire. Right. Oh. So I bought myself a new board lifter to try and make it easier for myself. I bought this one. And it just sits on top of the board. And then, I'm trying to hold my hands, the weight of it closes these jaws. And then you can just get hold of the board and lift it. It's ever so good. I want to turn this board round so I can put the tape on the back. So you can just put that on there like that. Grab hold of it like that. You know, I could have just grabbed that with my hands. I'm only using this as an excuse to show you this. So I've measured the white pipes, not the black one yet. And I've marked on there where the white pipes go. So I'm just going to stick my foil tape on. I haven't marked the black pipes yet because it's confusing with so many pencil lines. So I'll get these on and then I'll sort the black out. Trying to get the backing paper off, it doesn't help that I've got hands like cow's tits. Come on. Good job I'm not trying to get inside a girl's panties. God. Right, so I've got where all the pipes go, are all got the metal tape on. I've taped all my cables together where they've got cut ends. Don't want to lose any cables. So, need to get some insulation in over these bits. Because I won't get, once I put this board on, I won't be able to get insulation in from the other side. I find it easier to cut the insulation to the right width while it's still in the bag. Just going to sweep all that up straight away. Because it's horrible stuff. When I board the other side, I'll stick mark the other side of them pipes so it fills it up more. I can get all the rest in from the other side. And once I've got the board on, it'll give it something for it to sit against. Mark where all these are. to load in. Oops. Slide it in, feed it through, that's it. It just automatically feeds in. What the fuck have I done? Totally cocked up with that. Well, I totally buggered up with that. I've got that 1,000,000 miles to why for that socket. Right, let's get it sorted out. As soon as I've remeasured it, I know what I've done. I've measured that at 17 inches and there it's 170mm. Dickhead. Right, let's try again. So I got a bit more done. Got the gas service in, but I need to get that in a perforated duct and get some Denso tape on and just sort out the ends of the ducts. Got the soil stack in. I need another connector for the top so that I can extend that higher up. I'll show you the setting out for that in a minute. I'm really pleased with that. I just need to move this as well, it's clashing for the light, so I'm going to put that so it splits between there and the window reveal, because I've got a light there which will light up this. If I put this at this side, then this will be in a shadow from this, so if I move the cable to there, there won't be a shadow here on this path, and that light will light up that bit. If you follow that. Right, let me show you my setting out. Really pleased with. So there's the drain for the soil stack to go into, so that all the distance off the wall all worked out really nice with the bracket. If you look, all that's nice and consistent. That's where we core drilled through. We just had to chisel some out for the collar, so I'll tidy that up and make that good. But that's the 90-degree bend straight in there, and the soil stack is all in there nice and plumb. So let me take you inside and show you the back of the toilet. Really happy with it. So let me just go in and show you. Nearly there. Nearly there. It's a bit dark, but let me get my phone because it's got a torch on it. I'm really pleased with this. I knew it'd be close, but I didn't realise how close. Just get a torch on. Here we go. So that's where it comes through the wall there, straight into the connector. Oops. That's the connector for the pipe where it comes through. But look, you can't get any more perfect than that. The right height, the right position, well happy. I need to change that bit of pipe. I've got some proper soil stack pipe I want to put in, because the underground pipe, if it's in light, they go brittle, and that's been in light and it's gone lighter. So I just put that in last night so that just to set everything, but I'm going to exchange it. But over the moon with that. The shower tray in. Oh, got the shower tray in. There's a piece of white stone sits over that, so you don't see any of that. The only thing what you see is on that edge, you just see a really thin gap for the water to go in, really neat and tidy. So I've got all that to make good and make sure it's all good and solid under the shower tray. And then the shower tray looks stuck up, but it won't be, it'll be flush with the floor, because I've got the isolation separation membrane thing to go down, and then the tiles, so then the shower tray will be flush with the top of the floor. And toilet goes there, basin's over there, and there's a glass screen, but only coming so far along. And so the idea is you should be able to walk over that to get to the basin to give a bit more room. That's the plan. I wanted a big shower tray. Well, I wanted the biggest shower. There's no point being in a shower in it where you can't move your arms and you're just cramped. So that's why I went for a low-line shower tray, just to give a bit more room. So I'm just getting acoustic insulation in as I go around plasterboarding. I've got the big ceiling done in here. Got the gas service coming there. And that's sleeved through the wall. But there I've got a duct to go through the wall. There's a 90mm by 180mm duct, has to go through the wall, so I don't want anything to clash with that. So the gas service will come along, go over the top of this duct, and then do its thing as it needs to go around and do what it needs to do. So I've had quite a few things to think about with services just along this bit of wall. These are going to get tidied up. These will get fed into one, and then water pipes just made to look a lot tidier. Even though they're behind cupboards, it still needs to be right, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Moved an electric socket there because it was there and it didn't work. So it's going to come under a worktop and feed through. So I've just put these in just so I can feed some cables through. I'll sort that out later. Plodding on, get in there. Right, going to carry on plasterboarding and insulation. That's well, we always call it Denso tape. That's what I got for protecting the gas pipes. Special stuff for it. Just stops them getting attacked by corrosion while they're under the ground. Morning. It's another morning at stupid o'clock. Anyways. I'm not going to say what time it is today. It's early. I might as well be doing something as just be sat inside. Oh, I've already been out and put my lights on. God, it's chilly in here this morning. I'm going to carry on with this acoustic insulation, getting all that in today. I'll plasterboard these walls and then I'm getting ready for dotting and dabbing all these walls. I'm doing this over Christmas so I can get all done. A couple of times I've mentioned about the air test, and things like this will make you fail. So this is the gas sleeve coming in. You need to make sure you seal anywhere like that. Look, even that coming through air is straight through there and straight to the outside. That's for an outside tap. Anywhere in there, anywhere where air can get outside or in your cavities. I'll show you one which really does get it. It's dark in there, but around your soil stack, around your toilet waste, you want to seal all around them. Anything what penetrates that outside wall, you want to seal. And I've mentioned in a previous video, you can get smoke pencils when they're doing the air test. If they're struggling to get it up to pass, they sometimes carry smoke pencils with them to the testers. And the ones I've used, they're like a little ballpoint pen made of glass with like a little rubber ball at the end, and they've got crystals in. And you press the ball, and from the crystals, it blows white smoke out the end of the pen, and then you can see where all the air goes. One way it really does go is electrical sockets with conduits. So the air goes in the holes where the plugs are, where you put the prongs of the plug, up the conduit, up into your roof space, or wherever the open end of the conduit is, then out into the roof and through your felt or anywhere else where there's gaps. You've got loads of plugs, sockets in a house. It's a big area to lose air. Make sure there's all water in your toilets, all water in your basins, so that all the traps are sealed, because otherwise the air just goes down the sink, through the trap and outside. Loft arches, letterboxes, any vents out of bathrooms or vents in walls for tumble dryers. But there's only so many things what you are allowed to temporarily seal up while they do the test, because you're not supposed to seal anything up which is permanently there. You're not supposed to seal cooker hoods up or expel airs out of bathrooms. But if you can, do, because air test can be fun. Interesting, but really, really fun. You'd have to excuse the lighting. If you've got a lot of sockets, I've got 4 sockets in this next board to mark and cut out. You can use a tape measure, you know, measure them all out. If you've a few, it can be a bit of a buggeration. Sometimes it can be a buggeration even if there's only one. Or what you can do, you can put some, say, builder's chalk on these edges. Another thing what you can do, if you get a bit of offcut of plasterboard, go over the edges like that. Got to make sure your cables are inside the socket. Get some chalk on, so it's not chalk, it's the inside of the board. So that over all the edges like that. Last one. Oh. Just need to make sure that the cables are in. I'll get my plasterboard, stand it on its little packers. I always like to have packers on the floor and just keep the plasterboard off the floor. Get your plasterboard, put it in position. Then hit it against the back of them sockets. And the gypsum, I'll leave an imprint on the back of your plasterboard. I don't know if you can make it out. It leaves the rectangle of where all your lights are. And you've just got to cut them through. So you can use a little saw. But what you got to watch is that if you're cutting through from the back, it can rag all the face of your board. You can push a Stanley knife through and mark the corners. Or you can push a nail through the corners. And on the other side, you'll get a little hole. And then just join up the holes with a pencil and cut it out from the face side. So I've got them marked now. If I were doing this for myself, I'd have just cut them straight out from that side. But I'm just trying to show you a way so you can make a decent job. So then, where that pencil lines cross, my nail's a bit big, push a nail in. Let me just get them holes through. You can see, look, I've punched them holes through. Well, my little light broke, so I've just been and got another one out of the shed. That one there. I'm hoping it'll warm up and go a bit brighter. It must be 25, 30 years since I last used that. I've been off my tools about 30 years, so a lot of this stuff I don't use, but I've still got my tools. Can't believe the bulb still bloody works. So no, I just hope it'll go a bit brighter. It's a bit pink in the middle, so I don't know if it's gone there. Anyway, yeah. So I've punched those nails through on the corners. So on the other side, so there you are, look, I've marked the other side, the face side now. And that one. There'll be lots who won't bugger about like this, and I won't normally, but I'm just doing this to show you a way you can make an half decent job quite easily. I'll cut them out with my pad saw. I've got a plastering pad saw, but I can't find it, so I'm just using this one. It's just easier with a little pad saw than scoring through and through and through with a Stanley knife. I bought a pack of Stanley knife blades. Look how crappy that is. It's like bloody silver foil. Right, I've got them done. But what I've done, when I've pushed the board back here, it's caught against a bit of block here. There's some damage there, so I'm gonna cut that out. I can screw the board back and just put a decent bit of board in there. Do you ever get one of them moments where you think, oh, blooming heck. I thought I'd finished with all the soundproofing. And I walked in here. Oh, bloody hell. I need some different fixings for in here though, because I've got some, don't know where they are. Oh, I've got some cement boards to go where the shower goes, but I need to get some fixings and some the sealant in here. Don't look. Another one done. And I finished off round up there. Got all angle beads to go on. I'm just going to cut a board, get that done. And my plan over Christmas is Sunday tomorrow. I'm not working on here tomorrow, but then just after Christmas Eve I want to get all the my reveals on and the window heads, so that on Christmas Day I can start boarding, and then I've got nothing what's above the window heads. I'll support the boards and stop them dropping. And I'm just going to continue on and get it all dot and dabbed. I think I'm short of plasterboards though. I ordered, you get them on a pallet with either 72 or 77, and it was working out at something like 75 boards. Anyway, I thought I'd ordered a pallet of 77 and it was a pallet of 72. So I don't think I'm going to get finished, but we'll see. It is what it is. Because I'm going to be sorting my reveals out, I'm taking the protective tape off the windows, and I'm doing that because the protective tape would be behind my plasterboard. And what I don't want to be doing is running a standing knife down the plasterboard and then your knife slips or something and you end up coming across your window frame and damaging your frame. So what I'm going to do, I'm take the protective tape off. I'll then put my plasterboard on, and I'll put more protective tape on to suit the plastering, and that'll just save any scratches from my plastering trowel. And well, don't save me with some cleaning down. Maybe you've still got to clean down, but it's more for the damage. It just comes off nicely. That's what you got to think about, damage. And it's always worth preparing. Right, that's me done for today. I just need to get another roll of acoustic insulation. I'm not going to have enough, so that's another 70 quid. And I only want about a quarter of a roll. Still, it is what it is. Well, I hope you've enjoyed watching this. I'm going to get all cleaned up. Next time I'll probably show some dot and dabbing and putting my thin coats on. So I'm wanting to set my reveals and the window heads so that when I put the boards on over the top, there's something for them to stick to, you know, so then they won't drop and slide off. So I'm going to set all the, well, I'm going to set all the window and door openings, and then I'll put my thin coats around all these edges and these. And I've got foam to cut off, but I was going to do that when I put all my scrim tape on, and I'll do that just as I'm ready for plastering. What else do I want to do? Oh, move my electric cable, which is clashing outside. I can't think, there'll be something else. Right, well, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.